This is where I was attacked at. My car was parked there, and the man chased me down the street, right down here. And he was he initially was on my driver's side, and he was yelling at me, "Hey, fag, pull over! I'm going to give you another reason to call the cops on me." And he was laughing and stuff, and he was like swerving at me. So then I wouldn't pull over, so he kept coming. Now he came down on the left side there of that where those parking spaces are, and then he was watching, he was screaming at me and wasn't watching where he was driving. He almost drove into that telephone pole there, and he was going at a high rate of speed. So in order to avoid that telephone pole, he swerved over and he hit my car on the driver's side. Well, I had a white car at the time. It was totaled. I had to get another car. And so he hit my car, and then he followed me right into my parking spot right here. And so my neighbors were right over there on the porch there, and they saw the whole thing. My neighbor, Chad Ball, and his two boys. Now, I tried to get out of the car, and I grabbed some dog spray that I keep in my car for emergencies. I tried to get out of my car and get in the house because I thought the two boys were in here, and well, they're my sons. And as I got out of the car, I was scared. So when I grabbed the pepper spray, I was like unstable on my feet because I thought the man had a weapon. I thought he was going to try to kill me or something. I wasn't sure because he had threatened me and my wife both on numerous occasions. Well, when I got out of the car, he charged at me right away because he was out of his car before I was even, because I was fumbling getting the pepper spray, and I was scared. So but he already knew he was going to attack me, so he was already out of the car. Well, when I got out of the car, he just rammed right into me. As I was getting out the door, the pepper spray fell on the ground. He immediately picked up the pepper spray, and he was laughing. "Oh, got some pepper spray, huh? Here's your fucking pepper spray." And he started spraying me with it. So I ran around the car like twice, and then I ran into the yard here. And I fell in the grass. I had a pair of sandals on. Right around in there, I fell down. And then I knew I wasn't going to make it in the house, so then I started trying to defend myself as best I could, you know. And he was, meanwhile, he was swinging at me, and he was continually spraying me with pepper spray, as the witness saw. Well, I got up, and we wrestled around and over into the parking lot there. By this time, the gentleman across the street was screaming to stop and everything else. Well, the aggressor, he turned up and looked and saw him. When he saw him, I guess he got scared and realized he had a witness here. Then he went over and got back in his car and he fled. And I called the police immediately. The police came here, and I had an ambulance service to be treated for all the pepper spray that I had. I was wearing a coat of pepper spray. The pepper spray can was laying right there too, and Donaldson didn't even see it. He asked me where the pepper spray can was after he left. It was laying right there by the finger. He didn't, you know, he took the pepper spray and then he laughed when he left. But when he investigated the accident when he first came in, he was on my passenger side of he was on the driver's side of my car, excuse me. And he said to me, he says, "Well, where's the paint transference if you had an accident?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. He hit my car." And he said, "Well, I don't see any paint transference." He said, "No paint transference, no accident." And then I said, "Well, there was an accident." He goes, "Mr. Libert, you didn't." And he was kind of giggly. He said, you did not have an accident." And he goes, there was a piece on your door handle. He said, "Was that piece off your door handle?" I said, "I don't know." I said, so he goes, "Well, if it came off in the accident," he said, "Did it come off in the accident?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what happened." He said, "Well, I'm going to go back there and look for that piece on your car. If I don't find that piece that was on your car, you did not have a car accident." So he went back there. Now he interviewed the witness over there. I think he was over there about a total of 30 seconds. He just come back kind of giggly from there too, which is the way the guy is. We had him over there when I got harassed over there. He did the same thing. This is Donaldson. And anyways, he walked clear back there, back through the parking lot, way back to the end of the street. And he was back there. I bet he was there for 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I've got pepper spray all over me, and I'm shaking like a leaf. I've been attacked. And you know, I've been traumatized really badly. So anyways, he comes back to me and he says once again, he says, "Oh, Mr. Libert, I can't find that piece of plastic from your door." He goes, "You did not have an accident." So I said, "Well, I know, I heard the metal buckle when he hit." I said, "I heard a pop," you know, you could hear it. So I walked around the other side of the car, and there was green streaks and dents all over the side of my car and on my window on the passenger side, which is where I said he hit. Now the reason I didn't go around all the way was I thought he'd been over there already. I thought, well, he must have gone. Well, he didn't even walk over there and look at that. So he looks at it and he goes, "Well, I guess you did have an accident, didn't you?" And he started laughing. Then he goes, "Where's the pepper spray at?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "He threw the can at me, you know." I said, "Well, And then he left. He started to leave. And then I got the, I looked there, and here the pepper spray was laying right there where I showed you before. I called him back, I waved him back, and he said, yeah, what do you want now? And I said, here's the pepper spray. He goes, oh, okay. And then he took the can with him and left. And that was his investigation.